Afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are. Oliver Perry back again for day number 21 of the 30-day 500K challenge. If you're looking to invest in multifamily real estate or just real estate in general, single family real estate as well, and you're looking for a way to do it, please by all means shoot me a message. I've got a Calendly link in this description. Hit the Calendly link, reach out to me. You can also reach out to me through IG as well as Facebook, or you can send your information to info@theoliverperryshow, and I'll reach back out to you and we can talk from there. We'll talk real estate and how to build. So today I want to talk really quick about a couple things. One thing is kind of something that was on my chest a little bit earlier today after seeing some stuff that I've seen over and over and over again, and I heard something, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But the next piece is, and the more important piece is, the buckets when it comes to reaching out to others and to talk with them about real estate investing. So part of my assignment was to come up with buckets, and I'll go over that one first. So come up with buckets. So what happens is when you're reaching out to people in regards to real estate investing or looking to see if they are interested in real estate investing, here's what you need to be doing. You should create a bucket, or 3 buckets, 4 buckets, however many buckets it is, and I'll break that down to you here now. What that is you say, okay, I want to reach out to a bunch of people. I need to separate that into some categories, as we call them buckets. For me, the buckets are military, family, friends, and possibly fraternity. So, or let me rephrase that, maybe not fraternity, organizational, people that were in organizations with me. So what that means is all the names will go into each one of those 4 lists. I'll have all the people that I know military-wise, reach out to them, reach out to family, reach out to friends, reach out to all the people who I have who are in organizations with me. Now, some of those may cross-pollinate, right? You just kind of have to be aware of that. So you don't know some people in an organization. You may not be friends with them. You may not talk to them all the time, but you know that they are somebody you can reach out to and talk to. It's a low-pressure situation. It's kind of a warm discussion. And how the discussion would normally go is you talk to them normally. It wouldn't be something that you come out and you just dive right into real estate investing. That'd be ridiculous. If you haven't talked, like I got some friends who I'm very good friends with, but we don't talk every day. We don't talk every week. We don't talk once a month. We'll talk every 3-4 months. We'll catch up and it's as if nothing has ever happened. But that's my relationships. That's how it works for me with some of those relationships. With others, yes, I talk to them quite frequently. And it would be something that I bring up, but it'd be a slower roll in both because it's not a forced issue. It's just a matter of having a discussion to seeing where they're at, if they're interested, if they're not interested, all good, no sweat one way or the other. So that's the one thing that I'm working on right now is creating those buckets. And there's 4 of them, and the lists are relatively extensive. As I'm going through them, the names are popping up in my head. So I'll have to go back and find numbers and contact information and make sure I've got everything like that lined up. Quite a few I know are going to be receptive to it. Quite a few may not be. I don't know until I reach out and see what they say and see how they feel. And even then, there might be something I can help them out on the other end, because that has happened a few times. I call someone and they're having an issue with their single family home. And just based off the experience that I've gained so far, I'm able to give them a little bit different route to take, a different thought process on what they're doing. One of them being one of my best friends, Blake Green, and my other best friend, Willie Spencer. I talk to those 2 probably more than just about anybody else. So, that's just how it works. So, now let's get into something that I had an issue with a little bit earlier today. Was with protest, and this is don't get me wrong, and I'll explain my thought process. My thought process on this protest is protests in general, and this is for all protests, for all the stuff that we've seen in the past over the last 2 years, for all the stuff we'll see in the future. My only advice to those who are on camera and talking about what's happening, stop telling people this is the wrong way to protest. It's annoying. Stop telling people that, because there is no book on the right way to protest. Not that I'm trying, and even if there is an actual book that says, hey, this is the right way or the wrong way to protest, law is a I'd like to say a kaleidoscope is probably the best way I can think of it. And I do this from just listening to lawyers talk and listening to speak. Each case is different. It's interpreted different, dictated by who you're talking to, the circumstances for each case in each situation. So the same goes for these protests and for whatever else is going on. Stop telling people this is the wrong way to do whatever it is. I bring this up because I saw a discussion this morning on what's happening in the Premier League. Some stuff happened at Manchester United this morning in regards to the protest. And don't get me wrong, it's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen this said during the Black Lives Matter movement. I saw this said during the George Floyd protest. I saw this during every protest in the last year. I think this one just kind of pushed me over the edge because I was just tired of it. If you're listening, if you're watching somebody do protest or somebody protesting or doing whatever they have to do in regards to something they don't agree with, stop telling people the right way to protest or this is the wrong way to protest. It's the same thing they said to Colin Kaepernick. It's the same thing they said to everybody who protested during the George Floyd protest, and they didn't touch a thing. It's the same thing that was said when it came to the riots here in Baltimore and all these other places. Not saying that I condone any of that, destroying people's property. I'm not saying I condone that. What I'm saying is don't get on television and tell somebody this is the right way, this is the wrong way, because that's your opinion. And that's your opinion from a chair in a studio or in the background of something actually happening. Stop. Shut up. It's not up to you what's right or what's wrong. Nobody's asking you what's right, what's wrong. You don't have to agree with it, but don't tell somebody it's right or wrong. It's not up to you. That's up to the law. That's up to the government. Because peaceful protesters get told this is the wrong way to protest. Violent protesters get told this is the wrong way to protest. The difference is it's not your opinion one way or the other. Again, not condoning any violence, not condoning people going out and destroying people's property, not condoning any of that madness or the stuff that comes with it. What I am saying is stop telling people what's right and what's wrong. Let them live their lives. If they decide they want to go and blow out a window, that's on them. That's between them, God, and the U.S. Not the U.S. government, and probably the police. That's between them. But it's not your opinion. Your opinion does not make a difference. So stop telling people the right or wrong way to do something when it comes to protesting. It's not up to you. You're not protesting. That's why you up talking about it. Because you're not doing it. So don't tell somebody the right way and the wrong way. And even if you do tell them the right way, the wrong way, how about you go out there and protest with them and show them the right way, quote unquote. Right? But if you're sitting at a desk, if you're in the background, if you're not actually protesting, be quiet. That's it. That was, I apologize. I don't know. I'm not political, anything to that effect, but that was really, that annoyed me. I was a bit pissy earlier today because of hearing the guy say that, hearing the guy say, oh, this is the wrong way to do things. It's embarrassing. It's this, that, and the third. Cool. Nobody asked you. Just like nobody asked me this. And I respect your platform. I get it. But it's not up to you to say what's right and what's wrong. Because in a lot of these protests and a lot of situations people are going through, they've tried that peaceful route. They've tried all these different things. They've tried the violent route. Some have tried violence and then try to go peaceful. And still get the same result. So what is really the right or wrong way to do that? I don't know. It's one that burns me a little bit, but neither here nor there. I just wanted to hop on and get that off my chest real quick, as well as talk about the buckets. My apologies, my eye is itching. But yeah, talk about the buckets, and that's something I'm working my way through in that regard, into regards to the real estate investing part. Looking at those buckets, figuring out who should be going where they should be going, and finding ways to reach out to them. I probably won't reach out immediately through a phone call. It'll most likely be a email first, just to kind of give people an update on what's happening and what's going on with me, and finding out what's going on with them. Because there's no, I don't want to be intrusive into what they have going on, or if they've got something important happening, mom's birthday, God forbid somebody has passed away, anything to that effect. Not to be intrusive, but as well, I don't want to dismiss the opportunity that I'm able to provide people who have been looking for a way to change their family's legacy, who've been looking for a way to improve their life or improve the life of their family and the others that are around them. The only way to do that is to reach out to them, let them know what's going on, because to be true, let's be 100% honest, they're not out there looking for me. Not yet, at least. Right? So the point is to reach out to them and tell them, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. And then when the name gets quite a bit bigger, the brand is quite a bit bigger, the Oliver Perry as a brand itself becomes bigger and larger and more not visual. What would be the word? More apparent. That's it. More apparent. Then I anticipate people reaching out to me and my team and my partners, that kind of thing. And one of these days I'll introduce you guys to the team, the money raising team at least. And then, with the other stuff, it's all partnerships with some of the multifamily investors and whoever's willing to work. We're willing to work. So I've got to go for now. I still got quite a bit of work ahead of me this evening. Got some content stacking to do and some guests to invite to the podcast. Oh, by the way, if you have not checked out the podcast, last week's podcast it released on Wednesday at 6. Yeah, was released Wednesday at 6. Go check it out. You're going to enjoy this one. It's a really good one. We actually had Kevin Brenner from Active Duty Passive Income. Really good guy. He's a leader at Nimbus Capital. Another capital raiser. He is a really smart guy, particularly when it comes to just putting stuff together and getting things organized as far as, investing and funding and things of that nature. So definitely something you want to check out. You can learn more about the fundraising side of multifamily real estate and real estate investing in general, as much as you do here. And I am still working on that information for you guys with the 506C, 506B, and now there's a twist. There is a CF as well, Regulation CF as well for crowdfunding. So it's going to be good. I'm working on all that great stuff. I want you guys to be a part. If you're on YouTube, check me out on YouTube. Just type in The Oliver Perry. My stuff will pop up. Also, you can check me out on IG at The Oliver Perry, and on Facebook, The Oliver Perry, of course, there as well. And if you're ever interested, if you look here, right here, yeah, the support me. That's where you can drop a couple bucks if you so choose. No forced issue. I'm not gonna come through the camera or anything like that. I'm not that strong. But yeah, if you feel so inclined, shoot. I guess just click that. Type that in. I don't know if you can click it. I don't think you can click it, but you can type it in and buy a coffee, that kind of thing. Support the channel. Support what I'm doing. And until next time, remember, you're better than you were, but you're not half as good as you're going to be. You guys have a great night.